The projects that I work on, they have strong roots in African culture, the cultural practices, the history, and fascinated and drawn to the things that made us who we are, like as Africans. So first in the projects that I've worked on so far is the Tribal Mark series, and it deals with this tribal facial scars that are given to people in West Africa to identify them by their tribes, and more specifically by the family and by the clan. I'm drawn to the features that used to be scoffed at before, but are now celebrated. The big lips, the nose, trails, and everything. We used to have a means of sending coded messages from one person to the other using everyday objects as the conduit. So, for example, if a guy gave a kid a piece of an orange for a lady, he means he wants something romantic between the two of them, because orange, of course, it's sweet, so it signifies sweetness, so he wants something in that nature. If a friend sends a pineapple to another friend, it's a message of encouragement, because the pineapple is rough on the outside but sweet on the inside. So yeah, telling the friend that it might be difficult now, but it will get better. I was drawn to how, now we have end-to-end encryption. When we send messages, we have all this two-factor authentication. Then we had this everyday objects that you'd send to people, and the kid carrying the message will have no idea. The courier will have no idea what it means. But the person seeing it will know, oh, I'm being summoned. Another of the projects that I've worked on is about different parts of the Odu of Ifa. Ifa is the ancestral worship in Yoruba land. And I started reading the poetry, and I got drawn into the different stories that were told in it. And it has 16 verses, or 16 different parts to it, Ijogbe, etc. And one of the stories talks about how humanity only asks for three things from divinity: wealth, having kids, and having a long life. So one ohun mẹ́ta ni ẹ̀dá ń béèrè fún ní ayé: owó, ọmọ, àlàáfíà, baálẹ̀ ọrọ̀, which is creature asks for just three things: wealth, health, and having kids. I was drawn to how to represent that in the painting, and the central figure to creating life on Earth is the female figure, which originates every living creature on Earth. And it's important because it's at the center of the family. It holds everything together. It's like the glue that keeps everything working. So I used the female figure as the central point. The style is just to pretend sculpture. Yeah, so they're paintings, but they look like sculptures. The most important project that I have embarked on till date is the history of the Yorubas. It's a particular scene from the creation mythology, from the Yoruba perspective, where Obatala, which is like the god of the white, he went to Olodumare, which is the god of the gods, Olodumare, yeah, and got permission to come create humans. The painting itself talks about the exact point where he went to the forge of someone, which is not in the mythology, but I just summarized since he's the only one given the title of the blacksmith of heaven, or the blacksmith of the abode of the gods. His name is Shokoti. I just wanted to explore Western styles like chiaroscuro, which talks about the relationship between light and dark, Uniono, Sfumato, all those Italian styles. I wanted to infuse them into the work. The second one was about Efunchetan Anivura, which was she was one of the most important businesswomen in 19th century Yoruba history. She was so powerful that her death came as a result of the Balogun, which is the generalissimo of that period, becoming jealous that she was becoming too powerful for him. I mean, it got to a point where she was lending arms and men to the Balogun for his war expeditions. That's how powerful she was then. So just wanted to paint something to not to commemorate her, but to tell a story. I felt compelled to create projects that tell the stories, that like bring to people that this is what we're about. We're not just what the media says we are. There's more to the African culture. There's lots of nuances, lots of the poetry itself, beautiful words that you can't translate them to English and they'll still have they'll still pack the same punch that the pack has Yoruba words. And I just felt like I have a responsibility. If I'm an artist and I can paint, then why should I be frivolous with it and paint things that are not celebrating the beauty of the African culture? And I don't know, if 3 lifetimes over, I don't think I'll be able to scratch the surface of what's possible, the things we can say.